Videocast number 30, Cub Scout Camping. When my oldest son first joined Cub Scouts, they sent us on a Cub Parent weekend that I was wholly unprepared for. They told us there were canvas tents with cots out at camp, so I just brought out the old Snoopy sleeping bag, pillows and some clothes and a super large flashlight, and off we went. Thankfully, I've learned a lot about camping over the years, and things have gotten much better. As a Cub Scout, however, most families opt for the overly large tents, some of which have screened-in areas, lots of poles, and take up at least 3 people to set up. In addition, these tents take up a tremendous amount of space. By the time you get these things set up, the only thing you want to do is lie down, go to sleep, and because it takes up so much energy to set them up. Most of these Cub adventures, at least in my council, are car camping, where they let you drive up to the site, drop off your gear, and then park your car elsewhere. This, however, is a new thing. As I can remember those early days when we would strap everything to a wagon and pile it high just to get to the site, as they didn't allow cars down the main road where camp was in session. As you transition through Cub Scouts to more minimalistic Boy Scout camping, most items are carried in with a single troop car to drop gear. But there are definitely things you can do to make Cub Scout camping easier to do. I would implore you, do not go out and purchase the 8-man tent. A 4-man tent is plenty big for mom, dad, and a couple of youngsters. Tents, regardless of the size, do not generally leak if they're set up correctly. I spend a lot of time staffing Cub events, and you would be amazed at how many well-meaning adults will set up a rain fly right over the tent so the tent doesn't get wet. In addition, I would suggest setting up your tent in the backyard first, hitting it with some rainproofing spray. Don't waste your time setting up a fly over your tent, but do spend that time setting up that fly over your community area. It gives you and the youngsters some place to collect if the weather is bad, or even if the sun is bright. After the tents, it is lighting and sleeping bags, so let's take a look at one of those at a time. There are 3 different types of lighting: personal, inside, tent, and communal lighting. For communal lighting, the best are propane lanterns. If you are with young scouts, however, it might be a better option to get one of those rechargeable lanterns. These lights go on easy and do not burn little hands when lit. Most options give a good amount of light, but you want to look at the ones with the higher amount of looms. They really make the area bright. So you can also improve the overall lighting by hanging the light from a tree or inside the dining fly with a bungee cord. In tent lighting, it's generally a smaller version of the lantern, battery operated, and preferably small with a hook to hang it inside the tent while you're changing or reading. For personal lighting, I always like to go with a small flashlight on a belt. It's always on you when you need it, and it's one less thing in your pack. Sleeping bags are one of those items that depend on what time of year you're going camping and what area of the country you're camping in. But a tip that goes across all of these factors is to try and purchase as small a sleeping bag as possible within your budget. Many Cub campers have large, oversized sleeping bags that only protect you to 50 degrees. You know the ones that you can't wrap your arms around. Better sleeping bags are the smaller, lighter weight, and can fit in your pack or can be carried with one hand. It makes a big difference when you're carrying your bag, mom's bag, and the bags for the 2 kids. Other than a folding chair, clothes and bug spray, most things are better left inside the car instead of carrying them out to the site and then back again. But this is what's worked for us. Take what you like, leave the rest, and as we say in Wood Badge, feedback is a gift. Leave yours below in the comments with all the hope we can learn together. I'm Scoutmaster Dave, and this was Cub Camping.